Hey Cancer, welcome to your reading. My name is Nikita and welcome to my channel. This is going to be your love reading for the month of March. So let's get into it. So Cancer, I feel with you guys, you're coming out of this situation or a feeling of being really, because you've got trapped in fear. You're coming out of a situation where you really felt stuck, like majorly stuck, and I feel like fear was literally binding you to a situation or to not moving forward, to not achieving more than you, to not achieving what you could achieve, like limiting yourself. This situation is kind of like, fear was almost your safety blanket, and it was forcing you to stay within your comfort zone. And I'm strongly feeling that it was lonely in that comfort zone. I feel like it was, isolation. There was a lot of isolation, because you couldn't, it feels to me like you couldn't quite verbalize what was going on with you, but you were feeling just stuck and bound and trapped. And we actually do have the devil here, which is literally feeling bound, stuck, trapped, limited, chained, you name it, all the low vibrational emotions. And here it shows that I feel, in fact, with behind the mask, this is intention, and it's got behind the mask. To me, it's like you had to hide behind this mask to just get through, to just feel like you could fit in, to just feel like you could live your everyday life, but there's something that was really causing you to feel stuck. I also feel, if this is in a particular love situation, that you weren't revealing how you felt. You weren't letting this person know how you felt, and that was causing like this build up of pent up emotions that you couldn't release, and you were going round and round and round in your head, thinking about how you're either going to get out of this situation or move forward into this situation. But for some reason, with this particular love interest, we do have unrequited love at the bottom. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. I don't necessarily feel, I feel that you felt like this person didn't have the same feelings for you, and you were like forced to kind of keep your feelings to yourself, because it's like, well, if they don't feel the same about me, then what am I supposed to do with this love that I have for them? But instead of like moving on, it just caused you to feel like it diminished your self-worth, and it diminished your self-esteem, and you felt like there was something wrong with you, and it's quite a heavy energy, I'm going to be honest. For some of you, it might have been abuse in your past. I just feel like this is over a period of time. For some of you, it could have been abuse in your childhood that made you feel less than. But like I said, I feel like it's over a period of time that this has happened. It's not just like you got to this point and this person didn't want you, and then you started to feel like, or you felt this person didn't want you, and you just kind of felt like, oh, all this fear came about, and then I think it exasperated it, and I think it needed to exasperate it, because I do feel that this was something that you had to learn. This was a lesson you have to go through, so that it can kind of highlight the areas that you're going wrong in life. Like God or the universe was literally saying, look, this is the issue here, and it was like forced in your face for you to see. And this person might have been the final trigger, but initially you kept finding yourself maybe in situations of unrequited love where you felt like people didn't care about you, and you had to wear this mask so that I feel like you changed your mask every time in a new relationship or around someone that you wanted to be with, because it's like, well, when I try to be like this, this person didn't want me. When I tried to be like this situation ended badly. When I tried to be like that, you know, this happened. So I'm going to maybe try and be more like her or him, or I'm going to try and be more homely, or I'm going to try and be more confident, or I'm going to try and be more shy. And it's just like, no, try and be more you, and that's it. And if someone doesn't accept you for you, then that's their loss. So that confidence needs to come back into you, and the reason why it left you in the first place is through a, you know, series of events. That's how I feel. And like I said, it might have started in childhood, but here you are today, and the universe is like, time to fix this shit now, because you don't want to be spending the rest of your life going through these same cycles and patterns. So something was forced in your face for you to see. What unrequited love for me in this situation feels like as well is that you're almost pushing people away, and then you're thinking over and over again, like your fear, that fear that you have is strong, like it's pushing, it's making you push people away, because you're like, I can't let you in, because then you'll see the real me, and then when you see the real me, you won't want me, and then I'll feel truly rejected because you don't want me, not the person I'm portraying to be. There's too many things that are going on in your head. Some of you actually need to get out of the house. Some of you actually need to step out of your comfort zone and stop doing the same mundane things every single day. But you're in a position where, for me, I feel like this requires like some help, some professional help. And actually, as I said that, I remembered that the professional assistance card is here, but we'll get into that. Some of you actually will need to seek like someone that, because obviously it's one thing to acknowledge that this is going on, but it's quite another to actually think to yourself, you know, where do I go from here? How do I change this pattern and not fall back into it? So I do feel like, you know, it's affecting your love life, yes, but that's the only way that kind of like the universe can get you to, or God can like push this in your face and get you to see it through love. If it's like, you know, in general, you'll kind of just float through life, float through, you know, jobs that pay decent money and, you know, friends that you've always had or things like that. But love usually is the thing that triggers people to really kind of like forces them to put a mirror up to themselves and like, this is what you're doing wrong, this is where you're going wrong, this is what you need to change. And so these people that have been coming into your life, you might be saying all the time, like, why do I always meet people that don't feel the same way? Why do I meet people that I give my everything and then, you know, they don't match that and they don't give anything? Why is it always no reciprocity in my situations? And that's because the people that you're attracting, it's not like you have a thing of picking the wrong people. It's just you are attracting people that reflect your thoughts and how you feel about yourself and your emotions and what you think of yourself, and that fear vibration. Fear, nothing good will ever come from fear. Nothing. It's all low vibrational negative emotions that fear creates, you know, and it keeps you bound, and that's something that you now need to deal with. So sorry, I don't want this to be like a lecture. It's supposed to be like a fun, entertaining tarot reading, but I do want to be able to kind of like reinforce this message into your head so that it moves you into a state of being which is like, you know, from here you can actually at least see how it feels to release that fear and how life could be. And then from there it will be so addictive that you'll want to be like this, and then you'll do anything to change, okay? So with triumphant success, it looks like you are starting to see your patterns, you are starting to understand what's going on, and you also have happy success in your consciousness. So in your consciousness, you're being like given these messages like, you can be happy, you can be successful. Get rid of this negativity that you have that seems to be like a mental thing that's going on in your head, okay? So like, cognitive brain therapy would be really good for you. Something like that, CBT. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist, but I'm saying something like that, psychoanalysis, something like that, to kind of life coaching even. Is life coaching is like this, is like cognitive brain therapy, but it's more on a like spiritual, holistic level, which I love, and I feel like that could really benefit your actual like reprogramming your brain, training your brain and your mind to believe in yourself, to believe that you can be happy, to believe that you can be successful, to believe that you can have love and career, to believe, you know, to really kind of delve into those things that you're thinking and kind of match up and align your emotions to it as well. Okay, so we have passion with that. So I can see that you want to change, you want change. With this in your conscious and with triumphant success, you've seen your patterns, you're starting to understand them now, and you want change. You just don't know maybe how to go about it. And like I said, for some of you, you will seek this professional assistance, and that will really be, you know, the start of your journey. With partnerships and alliances, it's like someone giving you that helping hand up. It might not be professional assistance is, you know, the top of it is people. So that's the someone that's coming into your life to help. It might not be someone professional necessarily, but it may be with someone with experience or someone you can trust or something like that. And it's like you have retreat under that. So it's like you kind of like decide, I'm going to take a break, I'm going to take a step back and focus on me and see where I'm going wrong, see what I'm doing wrong, and work on me. Like, you know, you might have done this many times before, but I feel like now you're understanding why you fall back into that pattern. Then you've got destiny, which is 10. So there was this huge cycle that ended for you, and that was supposed to happen. That was something that was major, that was something that was divinely guided, and the event was deception. So you might have found something out that someone was keeping from you, or, you know, you found out someone was lying to you, or you found out that someone actually didn't feel the same way, or, you know, you invested in the wrong thing. Whatever it was, that was supposed to happen. And now, let's see, sorry, I forgot this card, let your friends help you. So for some of you, it's not necessarily professional assistance, but your friends will be helping you, getting you through this time, or like I said, someone you trust, you'll be able to talk to, and you'll be able to talk to. Got to put that in. So then we've got make the effort. So I feel like you will be actually actively making effort, making change, doing things that will benefit you on this journey that you're taking. Like, it's all very well wanting to change, but I feel like you're going to be putting the action behind it, which, you know, is amazing. Because what is change if you're not going to put in the action? You know, it's like, I want to change, but... So then we have movement, choices and decisions. So you're aware that you're trying to take back control of your life. You're aware that you have to take these steps, you have to make the decisions, you have to take the action, you have to decide, do I want to be unhappy, do I want to be in this energy forever, or do I want to, you know, actually change? Do I want to make myself temporarily uncomfortable for this period of time in order to be, you know, much happier and much more liberated, or do I want to make myself feel, you know, stay in this safety zone, stay in this comfort zone and be unhappy? So yeah, you know, I'll take temporary uncomfortability any day over, you know, staying in a place of fear and not pushing yourself to your potential, because all you're doing is like suppressing everything. And, you know, life is supposed to be, you know, you're out there challenging yourself, evolving, trying to make yourself a better version of that you were last year and the year before and the year before. And if you kind of just like stay still and stifled, and, you know, I love Kay Pisces channel, and I always remember when she just used to say stagnant water stinks, and stagnant water does stink. Like, no matter what product or food or liquid, it is. If something is just sitting there stifled, it always stinks. It's nothing that just remains is going to have a great outcome, I'm sorry, unless it's liquor which matures with age, but that's another story. But or cheese. But yeah, it's like a moment of uncomfortability or a lifetime of unhappiness. Which one, choose. And you are making that choice. You're like, do I want... Your intention is to feel peace within yourself, to not feel like this anymore. It's eating you up, this fear and this anxiety and this, not taking action on things. It's eating you up, and you actually desire peace. You want to feel peaceful inside. You don't want things eating you up. You don't want to feel like... I mean, look how beautiful this card is. You want to feel that release and that peace and that breeze, and even as I'm talking about it, it's kind of like sending me into a relaxed state. And that's what you want. You just want to be at peace with yourself internally. You just want to feel peace. So the devil, like I said, is these patterns that you're trying to get rid of, that you're trying to unchain yourself from. And then we have the Hanged Man, like I said, that stagnancy, that just sitting there not doing anything, understanding what needs to be done, but just like still on the tree. The Ace of Cups is this newfound love that you feel for yourself, almost like compassion. I'm feeling it's like, whereas before you'd approach it in a different way. What's wrong with me? Why can't I be like everyone else? Why am I like that? In this sense, it's kind of like, you've had a hard time, or I went through this and I went through that, and I want to fix it now, or I don't care anymore if you don't love me. I love me. I want to love me. It's this like renewal of love for yourself, or it's just this feel of like, I'm willing to start to learn to love myself. I deserve better. I don't want to be in this situation anymore. So it's a really positive reading. It really is. Even though it's, it started off with this kind of not negative message, but a message of like, no one really wants to hear that they're stuck in fear and blah blah blah, even if you do already know it. And then we have the Two of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So you are probably turning your back on something that you thought was for you at one stage, and you're just kind of like, what, fuck it. If you don't want me, like I said, I have my own back. And this kind of not anger, but like resentment, and just like, it's whatever it is, it's like it's motivating you. Because I'm not going to say it's not as strong as anger, but it's just like, fuck the lot of you. That's what I feel like fuck the lot of you. Guess what? I love you. And it's just kind of like, you are starting to realize that, what, it was probably a reflection of myself. I gave too much, I did too much, didn't value myself, so why should you? And for that, I just want to cut out anything that didn't serve me or made me feel less than, and especially this situation with this particular person. And I'm just going to have to learn to love me, and that's that. And for once, I feel like you just feel good about that. Like that feeling is motivating you is pushing you forwards to create that change. And by the way, I don't necessarily feel like this person didn't love you. I think there was mutual feelings there, but for some reason, well, it's not for some reason, they displayed something that made you feel like, oh, okay, so this was one-sided. So, and their lack of reciprocity, they could have been mirroring you for all I know, trapped in fear as well, and that's why they didn't seem to take this serious, or they've done something that made you feel like you don't feel the same about me. But this reading clearly isn't about them, it's about you. Sometimes it goes into the other person's feelings and things like that, but I do not sense their energy in here at all, apart from the first few cards with the unrequited love and stuff, but that was more you feeling like the way you felt about them. So, this clear reading is supposed to be for you, Cancer. Here you come to a place of balance and peace. So throughout the month, you're starting to kind of get that balance back. And we've got the Six of Pentacles as well. So like I said, someone might actually be physically helping you. But more importantly, I feel like you're just actually giving to yourself. Like maybe treating yourself to things, doing certain things. And for some of you, it might actually seep into your financial the financial aspect. Like you might think, why don't I try doing this, you know, to make a bit of money, or there's something here that's kind of like, once you start to kind of find that peace within yourself, it does look like you want to do something that's gonna be lucrative. You want to like share your gifts somehow. That's for some of you. I don't know what that is, but for some reason, like, you want to share your gifts. It's almost like you're starting to think like, I can be of use to the world. I can help. I can do things. I can, you know. But you know, and that's another story. The 3 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. So be careful, because even though I see you really moving forward, really like taking the bull by the horns and just going for it and feeling like it's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. That's what I'm feeling like. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, and I'm feeling good. With the 5 of Wands, careful not to allow your what's the word? Like, don't exert your energy in too many different places, because you will start to feel overwhelmed, and then you'll, you know, withdraw a bit, and we don't want you to go backwards. So take each day as it comes, little by little. Don't try and like do too much, because you're on this surge, you've got this surge of energy and you're feeling like you want the change so much. Be realistic with yourself and set realistic goals. It's like, you know, doing a crash diet and losing all this weight. The only way to go from there is you're going to gain what you lost and more. Whereas if you've done a slow steady pace, it obviously allows you to change your lifestyle holistically. Like you are used to doing these things, and you're used to having smaller portions, and you get into the habit of it, and then that's how the new habit is formed, rather than like you've done a crash diet, you starved, and now you're trying to, you know, you're binge eating or whatever. So do it like I said, take it day by day, step by step, day by day, little by little. Don't, you know, overexert yourself. But all in all, it's a really good reading, Cancer. I know it's kind of started off like I was turning you off almost, but you're taking steps to go in the right direction. So, you know, how much better than can you get? You're evolving and you're changing, and you're actually putting the action behind it. So well done for you guys. And so I hope you enjoyed the rest of this month, and I will see you again in the month of March. If you did enjoy this video and it did resonate, don't forget to like, please. And if you would like to share your story, please leave a comment. I am doing personal readings, so if you want a personal reading, then the information will be in the description box below. Take care, guys, and I love you lots.